Good evening, everybody, and I'm opening our city council meeting. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Slight is not here.
We'll wait a few minutes.
Okay, all right. I hope you didn't forget. I told him it'd be at 5 o'clock, so.
If not, we'll do it next time.
Okay, all right. That sounds good. Aaron or Laura, whoever's gonna take the roll. Okay,
Councilmember Gray,
Here.
Councilmember Hamel, here, Councilmember Pointer, here, Councilmember Sherburne,
Here.
and Councilmember Dietrich is ill tonight.
he won't be joining us. We wish him well. Hope he gets better soon. Now it's, we were gonna do a nice neighbor word, but he is not here yet, so I'm gonna move on to public input.
Oh, approval of the
Approval
agenda.
of the agenda. Yeah, is there any changes? I'm sorry.
No.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. All right. Do you hear a second?
I'll second that.
All right. Diane?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
And Mary Ann?
Yes.
Okay. Next is public input. Please come to the podium and state your name and address for the record before proceeding with your comments. Individual remarks are limited to 5 minutes, with the overall public input period limited to 30 minutes. Under Iowa Open Meetings Law, the city council can take no further formal action on comments given during public input period which do not relate to action items on the agenda. Is there anybody here to talk to the council tonight? Doesn't look like it. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close the public input period. Before us next, we have the consent agenda. It's here. All right. First item, with approval of the city council minutes from February 9th, February 11th, and February 16th. The 16th was a budget meeting. Next, motion for to approve resolution 21, approving the payment of bills. We'll be acknowledging the receipt of the following city reports. We have a library board meeting, the airport committee meeting, and the planning and zoning meetings that happened here in February and January. We need approval of the following liquor license applications. One's for Blue Collar Sports Bar at 120 East Main Street. That's a renewal, and also a renewal of the one for Walmart at 1220 West Main Street. And I need approval of the appointment of Julie Smith to the Library Board of Trustees. Father Anderson has stepped down. I'll take a motion a second, then we can open it for any discussion.
I move for approval of the consent agenda. Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Mary Ann?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Bill?
Yes.
All right. Next, we have a public hearing. And it is 5:03, and I'm going to open the public hearing on the proposal to enter into a general obligation corporate purpose loan agreement. And I'm going to let you speak to this, Aaron, before if anybody has questions.
Okay. This is for the $2 million general obligation bond that we are taking out or hoping to take out for the Anderson Street project, both phase 1 and phase 2. It is written so that if there are funds remaining, because we got a really good bid on our Anderson Street project phase 1, the extra funds can go towards another street project, the West Marion Bridge being an example. So that is what it is for.
Okay. Is there any comments from the public? We are in public hearing right now. Hearing none, I am going to close the public hearing at 5:04. And before us, we have consideration of resolution 22, taking additional action to enter into a general obligation corporate purpose loan agreement and setting the date for the sale of Geo corporate purpose bonds series 2026 and authorizing the use of preliminary official statement in connection with it. I read everything you wrote.
They did good. The attorneys wrote it.
I figured as much.
A little word.
A little different.
I move for approval of resolution 22.
I'll second that.
Any further questions or comments? Mary Ann,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
and Diane.
Yes.
All right. At 5:05, I'm we have another public hearing on the request of West Schulte to rezone 401 Lincoln Street from R180 single family low density to R4 multifamily residential medium density. And did you want to come speak on any of that here? I know you were at the P and Z meeting.
Yeah, happy to discuss. Am I able to speak relative to the development?
No, we'll
We'll
do
do
that
that
one
in
next.
regular.
We'll do that one next
Okay.
in the regular.
Yeah.
So this would just be the rezoning, I think is primarily due to, he wants to build a multi-family dwelling there.
Yeah,
Right.
And so it's not allowed under the current zoning R180, but it is allowed under a residential, the R4, which is a multifamily residential. And that goes along with the other properties in the area. It's not out of compliance with that, and P and Z did recommend approval.
So is there anybody who'd like to speak to that tonight? Hearing nothing, I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing at 5:06. And before you, we have approval of first consideration and adoption of ordinance 1, amending the official zoning map of the city of Manchester at 401 Lincoln Street.
I would make that motion to adopt ordinance 1.
I'll second
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Diane?
Yes.
Brian?
Yeah.
Bill?
Yes.
And Mary Ann?
Yes.
Okay. Next, first item on our agenda tonight is consider approval site plan for 401 Street. I guess this is, you can come up and talk to us now.
Or if Jason would be
Or
better
if
to
Jason wants
speak.
to do it.
No, this was,
Okay.
but it's,
The site plan.
yeah, so just discussing the site plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Next
so site plan, I don't know if you guys got anything with the P and
Pictures,
Z.
yep.
Okay, awesome. So obviously, we've demolished the school. I'll speak on to that here in a second, but in terms of the site plan, basically, you know, we're looking to replace all the sidewalks going around the site. There's existing infrastructure that's already there in terms of the water, the sewer. So there's no additional things needed from the city's part. We would have parking coming in from the alley there on the north side of the building.
Mhm.
So, and we would meet our parking requirements of 1.5 stalls per one unit. So in terms of the site plan, it's pretty well teed up, I would say, for the most part. Just needed to go through that rezoning to fit properly.
Yep.
So,
And planning and zoning did review the site plan and
Mhm.
recommended
Mhm.
approval as well.
This could be like another, like what you've done there on the other side?
yeah, yep. So do you want to jump, should we jump into
It's gonna
next?
be a single story. Let's do a motion to approve the site
Yeah.
plan
It's-
first.
Can I say something, because it was brought up at P and Z and I was there.
Sure.
The picture that he has shown on his site plan
Yeah.
is not correct for number of parking places.
Correct.
He actually needs 24.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and there's only 21 shown, but I just want to say that
I need
That is-
22.
22, okay. I was thinking it was 24.
24, you're right.
That's what
Yep,
I was
sorry.
thinking they said,
Yeah.
okay. But anyway, my point is, I just wanted to bring up the fact that you are planning to deal with that.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah,
I don't want someone to think that it's being done incorrectly for the number.
Yeah, and I drew my parking stalls at like a 10-foot width, and you know, you can go down as narrow as 8, I think, but I'd like to go 9. So yeah, so I have plenty of width along that alley to do 24 plus. In addition, you'll have some on-street parking as well, which would just be extra, but yeah, absolutely, I'll have enough parking there.
I just wanted to bring that
Yeah,
up
no, it's a great
because,
point.
well,
So-
I know that some people might have seen the P and Z meeting because it would be online, and I didn't want to not say it now
Yeah,
because I wanted to be consistent.
Yep,
So that's
absolutely,
why.
thank you.
So it'll be a turn in from the alley and then a turn in.
Yeah, there's an existing alley there already,
The
and then,
frontage.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Okay.
there's a back door then going out the back.
Well, so the building would be set up with 8 units on the south side facing south, and then 8 units facing north as well. So similar design as what I did on West Marion Street, with the gray single-story units. So, so do you want to approve, or do you guys want to look at that, and then I'll jump into the details of the actual development, or how do you want to do that?
We have to do this first. Yeah, we have to do a motion on this part first.
So the
before we-
site plan and then we
Yeah.
go into the redevelopment.
There's gonna be doors on both sides, so like if they wanna walk out to their parking out back, they can that way.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to get too far ahead.
No, you're fine. That's good. No, yep. It's got a lot of flavor. That's all good. Okay, any other questions for Wes on this part? Okay, with that, I would take a motion to,
Approve the site plan.
yeah, to approve the site plan.
I'll make a motion to approve the site plan.
Okay. I'll second that. All right. No other questions. I'll go ahead. Brian,
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
Mary Ann,
Yes,
and Bill.
Yes.
All right, now we can talk about the development proposal.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well, thank you again for the opportunity here. So, just as a backdrop, so, I purchased a school in 2021 and it was in pretty rough shape at that point, and I spent a lot of time and research after cleaning up the building a bit and trying to figure out, can I resurrect this thing? I do have a heart for history. I love history and I love old buildings. It's not my first rodeo with an old building either, but, and I actually went to preschool there myself, so I had a special place in my heart. But at the end of the day, after a lot of time and energy spent, it was just a little too far gone, unfortunately. So, so here we are today. You know, after that neighborhood hasn't really seen a lot of new development in the last 50 years, with the exception of the last maybe 6 months, I guess you could say, with some new action. You know, I purchased a property for $27,500 in 2021. Had some ongoing maintenance costs, some extra pre-development due diligence efforts, and now demolition costs. It is completely down. I'm going to be well over $60,000 into it, and so what I'm looking to do is propose roughly a $2 million investment. This would be 16-unit apartment building, single story. Again, zero entry, similar to what I did on West Marion Street. There'd be 12 one-bedroom units and 4 two-bedroom units. This is going to be designed specifically for like workforce. A lot of neighborhood or a lot of industry is out that way. Obviously, you even see people walking by this property, walking to other areas and other apartments in different markets of Manchester. So, so what this does for the community, obviously, it kind of revitalizes an area that's been neglected for a while. You know, it's certainly a blighted and an area that has some potential, and so you know, it maximizes existing infrastructure. Like I said, the city's water and sewer is already in place, and it's really kind of a plug and play type deal. From a financial standpoint, so that lot currently generates $160 a year. So with this proposed development, I know in my proposal it says $16,000 annually. I recalculated. I think it's going to be more $22,000 to $24,000 a year annually that I could generate. Not even including water and sewer revenues and extra costs there. So that's like 150-fold increase in productivity from a tax base standpoint. So, so what I'm doing is, in discussions with Tim earlier on last fall, we discussed a grant or some sort of reimbursement of the demolition in addition to TIF. And so with, you know, TIF being a unique tool, I think it's a great opportunity to use that tool for a situation like this, just to remove the blight. And it's an infill redevelopment. It maximizes your guys' infrastructure. This neighborhood does present some leasing and valuation risk for me, in addition to the added cost of the demolition and kind of mitigation that we had to go through. So, so at the end of the day, I think big picture, this is a pretty cool opportunity to turn a vacant lot into something new and productive that enhances the community. It brings housing units to the market and truly takes it to the next level. So, and I'm open for questions. So,
Anything, any question?
No, you can vote her along.
Okay.
I'm glad to see something being done with that.
Yeah, like I said, it was kind of a long road to
Get all the way around, yeah.
kind of situated, but
My kids went to school there too.
really,
Yeah. Mrs. Johnson's class.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the things I guess I would like to suggest is that the TIF, we've never gone above 85%. And I don't want to go above 85% now. I don't want to set that precedence because once we set it, then everybody's going to expect 100%. And quite honestly, we can't afford it. So I would like to suggest sticking to the 85% that we have done for other people. We have also never done above 10 years. And so I would like to stick to the 10 years again, because I just feel like we have to stay. Everybody has to have the same chance, I guess. And so because of that, I would like to see those two things done. So I would encourage the 85% at 10 years as opposed to 100% for 15 years.
Mm,
I'm looking at this and looking at what we've done, all the TIF bonds that we have out there. I was of the same opinion of 10 years, because that's where we're set at. I do think we have to be fair to our developers, and that would be a concern to extend it out farther than that. For me, I like your idea of the 85%. I guess I want clarity on the 50,000. You're saying a grant. Is that when you say a
a
grant?
grant or a demolition, like a
But it's a city
reimbursement
cost.
or,
Okay, that's my question.
yeah, I mean, early on, last fall in discussions with leadership, it was discussed about, there was a lot of different things that were discussed, including 15 years, 100%, including paying for all of the demolition, including, a portion of the demolition. So, I have to try and stay on track in terms of a timeline to make everything work, because it just takes a long time to get something like this done. So, so assistance with demolition of sorts is what the request is.
Is it due to the, well, I can see is asbestos? Was that a?
Yeah, we had to
something
go
you did not
through
know
DNR.
in prior to demolition?
What's that?
Was that something, were you aware of that in the building?
Well, we have to do an inspection, and I wasn't, fully aware of to the extent of it, which then
Okay.
kind of dominoes into the expense of, an additional expense and
Sure.
mitigating it and kind of the approach there.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, you're talking about removing roughly a 4,000 square foot building, total disruption.
I mean, I
of the
get that, and there's a
soils, you gotta
significant
recompact
cost.
it.
It was just
Yeah.
the awareness, was that factored in when you previously, and were you aware of what that cost would have been? I mean, honestly, I have a hard time that we would do a grant to help you with your project on this. That I'm
Yeah.
speaking for myself at this point. And I do support the 10-year just because I'm new to council, so I'm
Yeah.
just kind of relying on
Yep.
trying to learn as much as I can. But I was looking at the TIF report, and I'm like, boy, that's 15 years. We don't have anything on the books, and I don't know why we want to put ourselves in that position with other developers. That's where I'm
Yeah.
coming from, Wes.
Well, I would maybe push back a little bit. I mean, there
Yeah,
are
fine.
communities that are going to 20 years. There's a development agreement that just went last week in the Cedar Rapids metro area that was 100% for 20 years. And part of the reason is because of the economics and the financial aspects of the development world today with construction costs.
Mhm.
I mean, you may not see any housing happen because of the costs that are happening in the industry today, especially in a blighted neighborhood like this that hasn't seen investment for a significant amount of time. It's an added risk for me
Mhm.
because people may, balk a little bit and living in that particular location. But it doesn't cost you guys anything from a city infrastructure standpoint.
Understood.
You're making $160 a year on it. I mean, this is gonna be
That'll be
150
15 years.
X.
It'll be 15 years though before we see that.
No, because we have to pay the city debt first. So 100% is technically not 100%.
No, I understand that, but
It's
85%
We
69.
is
still
not
have it, it's still,
Yeah.
right.
But that's what the number has always been, or for a long time has been.
Yeah, so we have to pay the debt service first. So our 100% from a developer side is really 67, 68%.
Mhm.
So,
Because of change.
because,
I
yeah,
see.
so you
Okay.
They
can't
changed the laws
abate,
on it.
or you can't rebate the debt service, basically.
Right, so even though on paper, it looks like 100%, you're not getting 100%.
No,
But
correct.
Okay.
still, even that other percentage,
Yeah.
But you
it's
still
taken
get
out 5 more
50%
years
more than anybody
compared
else.
to
Yes, yeah.
10 years. It's 5 more years before we see the full amount rather than. I guess what I'm saying is just extends it out more 5 more years. I
Yeah.
mean, you're getting the debt service. Yes, I get that. But still that other percentage of it, it's still an additional 5 more years before you see it.
Sure.
Right now, the way we keep getting cut back from the state, I just feel like it's a terrible time for us to increase what we're giving to an individual. Granted, your construction costs are higher, but you know what? My costs here at the city are higher too. I'm paying more for electricity, I'm paying more for everything. And I just feel like we can't give it to one person. And then what are we gonna do? Not have a parks department? You know, because we have to cut something because we're putting too much money into one situation.
Right.
I would like to see us stick to what we've been doing, do the 85%, the 10 years. In terms of giving you anything to tear the building down, sorry, Wes, but I'm gonna argue with you on that one too. We have never paid to have an individual tear down a building so that they can make it into a commercial enterprise, which is what you're doing. We have given money to individuals to tear down buildings so that they can build a house, so that they can have, you know. I think there's a huge difference there between helping someone do that and someone do something that is going to become a commercial venture for them. You're gonna make money on this. Not as much as you want. Nobody makes as much money as they want, but you're gonna make money on it, you know,
And so is the city.
eventually.
No, out of the gate, your water and sewer bills will be more than your tax income.
You just turned
Right
around
away.
and told me a second ago, you don't know if you're gonna be able to get rid of these and rent them because you don't
Yeah.
know if anybody will go into them.
Right,
So if
and that's what
nobody
I'm
goes
still
into them,
weighing.
am I gonna get any money for sewer and water? No,
Yes, you will, because I have to put the meters in my name.
they don't have to
pay
run
it.
them.
So,
It'd be a meter cost.
There's a meter cost to put them in, but that, yeah, you kind of cut yourself there. But
No,
I
I
believe-
would
I
disagree
believe
because
if you
I
build
would
them,
have to pay my
they will come.
taxes.
I do truly believe that.
I would
But I
have to
also
pay
know
my
that
taxes
you have to
though.
watch out for the city.
Yeah, absolutely, and I respect that, but that's the risk that we take as developers is we make the investment. Diane, you know this from the banking industry. We make the investment, we have to pay all of our bills, whether those units are full or not, we still have to pay those
Sure.
bills. So that's the risk I'm weighing right now and, you know, obviously that's why we're here. I'd like to do it. But it carries a lot more risk than other developments that I've done. So,
How many units have you put up in the last, I mean, I know you've got the 16 plex. You did a couple 16 plexes over here on West Union, or West Marion, excuse me. So how many total units have you added in the last 5 years,
Yeah, I'm
4
gonna say
years?
5 years.
Rental units.
I'd have to add it up.
I mean, I'm just speaking on behalf of myself here and, you know, the council has their own there, but I'm kind of, the city's really looking at we've got a lot of housing surveys going out right now. We've got one that we've been doing for the rural health, whatever, and we just did one for more from Manchester. And trying to kind of see where we are because we have in the last, 8 years, really been pushing for more rentals and the developments, which we needed. I mean, we've added 214 dwelling units, I think we said, over the last 4 years or whatever. And I don't know, you've done so many wonderful things for us, Wes. I mean, and other things too, McDonald's, all this other stuff. But I don't know, maybe it's time to maybe take a step back a little bit, just kind of get your building down, because I know what Mary Ann is saying, I know what Diane is saying. And I've heard Brian, I haven't really heard Bill yet, but, we've got to slow down maybe just a little bit, because the city, it's bad this year, what we're gonna get from the state.
Hmm.
And, we know where our finances are right now, and this is really too rich for us. I think that's what they're trying to say. And plus, we want to be fair to all the developers as well, and protects the taxpayer as well.
Absolutely.
And so, and I know you feel the same way,
Yeah.
but, I think maybe until we get some of our surveys in, maybe it will help you deciding maybe differently about what you want to do with that property as well, because they're all supposed to be coming in about April and May, and July is supposed to be our comp thing. Maybe that information would help all of us better with how we move forward, because I'm wondering maybe if we need to start working more for our families rather than rental units, more about.
We have a
individuals.
lot of families that are rental units.
Yeah, and I know, but they want homes, and that's what they really
I know,
want.
and that's the way the industry is going.
Yeah,
As far the affordability is a
Yep, and
national
that's why
crisis.
we're trying to,
Yeah,
we need to maybe think about putting our monies in a way that people can have, if we have monies, that they can have a down payment for a home, or help them with those kinds of things, or help fix up an older house or something like that. So there's kind of a shift going on a little bit for things that
yeah,
groups are talking about in town, I guess is what I should say. And it's in no disrespect to anything, because you've helped us in the need where we needed to be, but I think we're all kind of feeling a need to step back a little bit and reevaluate. Do we have enough? Do we not have enough? And which way should we be going? Does that make sense?
yeah, it does. And I'd like to speak to being fair to the taxpayers, because
Oh, I know you were.
when you and also good to the city and
Mhm.
income producing for the city.
Mhm.
So that's exactly why you should consider this.
Yeah.
Because it's not costing you anything. It truly isn't.
I understand, you're right.
Yeah. It's generating income in the future for you, not costing you anything.
More income
Yeah,
than what it
yeah.
is without any infrastructure being.
Because right now the base is $160.
Mhm.
So
Right.
if I don't do anything, it's gonna be $160. In the future, if I do something, it's gonna be an additional, say, $2 million valuation. And you have that increase of taxable income on that asset for the school, for the county, for the city, et cetera.
Yeah.
So,
My only
We're
hard,
not allowed to take that increase either, remember. The
But-
state will then turn around and
you know.
take it
but
away from us.
My only concern is, and we've been down this road before, is my
Yeah.
concern is doing, just the perception of doing something different for you than what we've done in the past, the 85-10. It's a precedence it's hard for me to go above, because I want to just be fair to all the developers. Question back to you,
Yeah.
85-10, is this still a doable project?
I don't know, I'm
for
gonna
you
have
or
to,
not?
I'll have to crunch the numbers. I'll have to crunch the
Because
numbers.
I'd really like to hear back from you if that is still a doable thing. Hopefully it is still a doable thing for you.
I mean, it's razor thin, because I'm looking at units to be more affordable in this particular area, somewhere in the $800 to $900 range, just given its location and the smaller micro-sized units. Still spacious enough, but by the time you pay, the construction costs and the interest and you do the work, it's tight.
And I had a long talk with Tim before he left, and about this, and he tried to explain to me that even though on paper it looks like 100%, you're not getting 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so
Yeah,
hard.
we all-
It's so hard to,
Yeah.
you hear the 100%, and that's what the next
Yeah.
developer's like, hey, I want 102.
Right, yeah.
And we're not getting it. And that's the
Yeah.
hard pill for me to swallow.
Yeah.
So I'd really like to know if you could crunch some numbers and let us,
Yeah.
what do you think, Bill?
Okay, my turn.
All right. Fire away, Bill.
I'm kind of in agree with everybody else. And Wes, thank you for everything you've done as far as building the apartments,
Yeah, thanks.
some of the senior homes and stuff. But I believe even on those, we were still in 85-10 on all of those also. And I understand this is a more blighted area. Thank you for cleaning that up. But I'm still kind of with everybody else. I'm thinking more of the 85-10 only because of the long, I mean, stretching 15 out is, yeah, it's a lot longer. We don't know what's gonna happen over the next couple of years as far as what the state's gonna cut from us even more.
My question.
As far as Cedar Rapids going, if those big companies down there, you have to look at what their property values are on some of those buildings. You know, I would love to have a Rockwell Collins in our town, a monster one, but they have 6. You know, I would love to have some of the downtown commercial buildings that they have in Cedar Rapids. We don't have that, so
Since we don't have that.
when they stretch out their taxes, they're looking at, part of Cedar Rapids is gonna get a data center that's gonna pay them $15,000 in taxes for that. So I'm kind of with everybody else. I'm gonna stick. I don't know if it takes to maybe shorten up the number of units you're gonna have down there to make this thing work better. You've been very successful with the 85-10 that we've done at your other ones. As far as the request for demolition and reimbursement, I don't remember ever doing that for anybody on anything that we ever did. Aaron would probably be able to know more for that. We used to have a small account for that, but I don't.
We
think there's
did, but
money.
that was for that was for property owners, like if you had a lot next to you that was dilapidated, you could buy it
You can
and
buy it.
tear down the house and make your lot bigger. And it was like I can't remember if it was a 1/3, 2/3 match.
Something like that, yeah.
It was something to that effect. That fund has kind of transitioned now into the fund where we're doing the lead abatement, the grant matches for that program that ECIA is doing for the older people, and then for the lead paint abatement. We also pay some of the bigger, like when we had to demolition costs for nuisance properties that we acquire, or costs that go along with those properties is what that fund is used for. The other fund we've done grants for West before is, it doesn't have, I think it has $8,000 in it right now, so it's just a matter of that one needs to get replenished.
Right, as far as that goes. And EIC, there's nothing in there that we could do for, like, through EIC that would help on this demolition.
ECI.
I'm not sure if you've talked to ECIA or
Yeah,
not.
because
have
they
you?
do have some grants for stuff.
Yeah, there's,
I think you're gonna have trouble getting a grant at this point.
well,
If
yeah,
you take
yeah,
it
no,
down.
yeah.
You're not gonna get grant for
Yeah.
doing something that you've
Just
already
give
done.
brownfield
There aren't
things
many
and stuff like
places
that,
that
don't
will
they?
do
Would that count as a brownfield?
I don't know if it would, because I think there's more tanks and
Is that
if there
what it
were any
is?
underground storage tanks.
I didn't know if it
Brownfields.
brownfields
Yeah.
and things, okay.
I mean, there's plenty of pictures of what the building looked like before.
Right,
Yeah.
but I'm just thinking, I don't know of too many people that will give grants for something that's.
Yeah, no, I am-
Past the grant.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, the only thing I thought, as far as whatever would have been left in the account that we've tried to do as a revolving account for you. But there isn't much money left in that. That's, you know,
Yeah,
when you're doing a private individual's home that wants to increase something, it's a little different than somebody like yourself that down the road, as Mary Ann said too, and Diane probably said also, at some point you are gonna turn a couple dollars on, which is what you wanna do. That's your investment. And that's what you're hoping to make. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the 85-10. I would say we could try to look if there's something for a grant from a different company, but.
Can I ask a question? Because
Yeah.
being new to the council, not understanding or knowing what we previously have done for Wes as a developer. So when we talked about, we've done the 85 and 10-year, were those projects where the city had to put in the infrastructure, or were they like this where it's there, he just wants to build? I mean,
Yeah, we didn't have to put in infrastructure.
Like
We had to do one
sewer-
thing with
one
sewer.
manhole at West.
where the city had
Yeah.
upfront cost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the projects that I propose are in the best interest of the city.
Understood.
There's
I'm
not a
just
lot
trying
of
to
investment from the city or the community
Understand
to make
the
it work.
difference of your projects
Yeah.
and what's been done.
Yeah, so.
So how do you guys want to proceed?
Well, it sounds to me like maybe, and I'm just gonna put words in your mouth here, Wes, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Oh,
go
no,
ahead.
here it comes, okay. I think you're gonna have to go back and look again.
Yeah,
I think that you have to decide whether or not this 85-10 is gonna work for you.
sure.
Anything you set up with Tim, unfortunately, is done. I mean,
Yeah.
much
Yep,
as I hate to
gathered
say
that,
it,
so-
we lost him. So, we can't go back to something Tim promised
Yeah,
when he's no longer here. It might require that we wait until we get a new city manager who makes some decisions too. I don't know.
sure.
I
Yeah,
don't even know who our city manager's gonna be, but I wanna be fair to you, but I also wanna be fair to everybody else. I have this overriding problem with giving one person something and somebody else something else. So,
sure.
because of that, and I'm supportive of you, I have tried to support you. I just don't feel I can support you as much as you want for this project right
Sure.
now. So
Okay. No,
maybe
it's-
go back,
I-
look again.
Yeah, I'll have to crunch the numbers and just see what makes sense, cause it's a different world than it was even a year ago. And,
Sure.
um,
Absolutely.
you guys get it from projects that you have going on, so. But I would just encourage you guys to think about your, the cost benefit of supporting something or having something not happen and what your future is generating in terms of the tax
So-
base, so.
So with that being said, if you wanna crunch some numbers and look, can we table that?
Yes.
Yes, we can table it.
Table that
Yeah.
and let you, I would really, I want this to go through, cause I think
Yes.
you're doing a great job in that area. I would really love it to go through, so I would love to have the feedback of, obviously you're not getting as much, but,
Yeah.
can you make it work?
Yeah, okay,
So I'd
I
like
can
to
do that.
make a motion to table it.
I would second that.
Okay,
All right.
okay, thank you,
Yeah,
thank
thanks,
you,
Beth.
Wes.
yeah.
Brian,
Yes.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
And Diane. Thank you, Wes.
Thanks, Wes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to have Mr. Slide come in. They got here a little late, and we're gonna do our nice neighbor report.
Oh, we gotta move.
Sure.
Hello. Hello, Roxy, can she see? Please, sweetheart. Thank you, Wes.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna move this out of the way a little bit because I don't wanna make it harder for poor Roxy.
No, I understand.
Where do you want
You can come right here, right here if you want to.
I don't know what we're doing here, but.
Well, you're gonna get an award.
Okay.
So we've had two people
You're good.
write a letter about all the nice things that Clarence does for the city of Manchester, and they nominated him for the Nice Neighbor Award. And so, Doug Foley said, you may have seen Clarence around town as he regularly walks along with his dog and trusted sidekick Roxy. During his daily walks at Terrell Park, Seaver Park, and along the trails, he always has a bag in his hand as he collects the trash and the litter. Over the years, Mr. Slife has picked up countless stray wrappers, cups, and other pieces of litter without any exception of acknowledgement or recognition. However, we would like to change that and give kudos to Clarence for his kind deeds. Kind-hearted citizens like Clarence are a tremendous benefit to the community and are just one of the many things that makes Manchester great. And then the other person was JJ Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
You
you know JJ Davis. Roxy, okay. He said that, Clarence on a normal basis makes his way through Terrell Park with Roxy by his side, picking up trash, wrappers, etc. left on the ground. Rain, snow, or shine, you can find him with his grabber and a plastic sack making his round from the lower west and end of the park up through playground equipment and finishing his loop, ending at the garage receptacle in his starting park. But anyway, they both said that they just think what you have done for our community is incredible. And we would like to award Clarence in grateful appreciation of his outstanding kindness, community spirit, and dedication to keeping Manchester beautiful. You received the kind or the Manchester Nice Neighbor Award.
This is pretty cool. And there's lovely Roxy. We're gonna get your picture here. I'm so sorry. They were both here and they wanted to get their picture with you too. So I'm so. Yes, I'm so sorry. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I think, you know what?
I paused it.
Not to- yeah. His wife, our mom passed
I
away.
heard
Yeah, and
that.
so I
I'm
think
sorry
we
for
just
your
got
loss.
things confused.
I should have
and-
called today and reminded.
And we were just sitting at home waiting.
It's okay.
No worries.
Because those letters are so nice. Can we
Yes,
have copies
I'm
of those, or-
I'm gonna give them to you
Oh,
to
thank
keep them,
you.
so,
Okay.
anyway, I'm gonna hand this off to you here.
Okay.
We're gonna get your picture right over here. We get Roxy here. Roxy. I used to have a Roxy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my Beagle's name was Roxy. Oh, hello. Here we go, right here.
Oh, no, right.
Go ahead. Do your
Yeah,
thing.
that's a girl.
Oh, there you go. Well, that looks that looks neat.
I bet we have reached you, Bob.
Well, it's not just trash, she finds treasures too, like little kids' Crocs.
Oh.
Beach towels and like a pocket knife.
Well, we sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. And I-
Community members like that make our town a great place.
Well, and a lot of the
Yeah,
guys
she,
that forget the parks, they'll
Oh,
give
we
us
should-
for a
But
treat.
I think 2 weeks ago, she turned 16,
She's
Oh
16.
my goodness.
but she can't hear. And she's blind out of one eye, and we don't know about the other one, is she out of that or not?
She's
So I
pretty
think she can see
spry.
out of one.
Yeah.
Pretty spry for 16.
Yeah, she's my buddy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, thank you so much.
Well,
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes, and I'll let Doug and JJ know you were here.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I'll have to thank them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you.
This guy, my son and daughter and son-in-law.
Yeah.
It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I get my fix on that too. I don't get to have a dog anymore. Let me have one. So I get my puppy fix out of that. That's good.
Mine.
You want to get Okay. Next, we are on item 6.3. We need a consider the approval of resolution 23 approving the preliminary and final plat of Oakview Estates subdivision of lots 4 and 5. You gonna talk to that, Jason? Thank you.
So this is Oakview Estates, this is,
You get that? Thank you.
so we're over in Oakview Estates, and so these are, lots 4 and lot 5 are two of the lots that originally Steve was looking at doing as attached, single-family residential units on. And so he did a couple of those, and he's trying to actually go to a slightly smaller detached single-family unit. So we've done some re-subdivision plats and other lots in this area, south of Oakview Drive, over the course of the last several months, where he's been putting basically detached single-family houses on those. And so this plat would re-subdivide lots 4 and 5 into 4 lots that would be able to support a smaller detached single-family house.
Okay.
It's R2 zoning, but detached single family are still allowed in the R2. So there's nothing zoning wise. And there's just a slight modification to the west line of lot 5. You'll see I have a dash line in there in order to get the appropriate minimum frontages at the setback lines for each of those lots. We had to make a slight adjustment to the west line of lot 5, but all those adjustments have been made. On here, Randy has taken some footprint models of the houses that Steve would be looking to put on there, and they will fit within the setbacks as identified on these lots.
Okay, are there any other questions for Jason? If there are not, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any further questions? Bill?
Yes.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
Diane?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Jason. Are you going to speak on the shoulder
Yep.
one too?
Yep.
Okay, so this is regarding resolution 24.
So this lands, this is one of those particular plats that falls within the 2 mile extraterritorial limits of the city of Manchester. So this would be over Fish Hatchery Road, just directly north of Highway 20 there. They were subdividing the lot along the road lines, and then also, I believe, separating the ag ground from where the portion of the property that the house is currently on. I think they were looking at selling the property and trying to divide it out into parcels that made sense for to support that particular transaction. Not looking at doing any extra development out here or anything more than that, just simply splitting. So lot 3 splits down the center line of 215th Street, so that's the area, you know, between Highway 20 and 215th Street. Lot 2 would be the westerly half of the lot. Then lot 1 is, I think, the portion that the house is currently on out there.
This is a Curly property, right?
No, shoulders.
Dover, okay.
We're east of town,
Oh, east,
No,
okay,
Fish Hatchery Road,
all right.
east of town. Highway 20, there's the gravel road that turns into Delhi Road. If you take this into town,
I
it
know
turns
where
into
at now.
Delhi Road when you come into town.
I had this in my brain, that this was part of the,
No, this is not part of the other
Yeah,
discussions that are
that's-
happening on the west end of town.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So I don't, you know, at this point, I think this is a fairly straightforward one again, but because of the 2 mile review, we needed to bring it to vote and see for council review.
Okay. All right, any other questions for Jason?
Well, I'd make a motion for resolution 24.
You hear a second?
Oh, I'll second that.
All right. Hearing no other discussion, Diane,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Mary Ann?
Yes.
And Brian?
Yes.
All right, next item, we're gonna discussion and potential action on a non-responsive utilities in the Anderson Street project area.
So Windstream, last week had kind of drafted this up, talked with you guys about this at last meeting. They have gotten all their work done, so the only thing left to be done is Alliant has 2 poles. One across on the east side of Anderson Street, even with Howard, and then I believe there's one to the north of that was a service drop. So those are the 2 poles that gotta get removed. Alliant's been notified. As of last week, Friday afternoon, they haven't been removed yet, but I haven't been out there today. But I would think Alliant should get those removed sooner than later. The other ones they've been really good at, they've got out there as soon as Windstream and all the other utilities have been off, they've got them yanked. And where these 2 poles are located, they won't be really affect the project until stage 2 at least. So give it a month to 6 weeks, a little 6 month to 6 weeks of more leeway. But we still wanted to put the question to you guys since it was asked. It's obviously for some reason something happens with the poles, it would still be ultimately delayed from Windstream since it took them a while to get aerial removed for Alliant to remove those poles. Other option, say if you want to just table it at this time and see if it is more of an issue, if Alliant, doesn't get them taken down in the next month or so. But at least when I have the discussion, everything else should be completed other than the removal of those 2 poles. Windstream does have to come back during the project. Some of the new handholds that they put in, they know they're going to be in the path of the paver. So that was discussed early on that they either got to lower them or move them out of the way when it comes time to do that work. Is they're going to be between curb and sidewalk. So rather than having above ground structures or trying to get easement, we allowed to have a flush mount handhold between curb and sidewalk.
So really all we would have to do is table this then for now, because Windstream, one of the guys from Windstream told me they thought they were gonna get done last Friday with theirs.
Yep.
Pending weather, I mean, as far as that goes. Otherwise, they would get it done the first of this week. But it sounds like Windstream got done.
Yep.
And the only thing we're worried about now are the 2 poles left by Alliant.
And I mean, like I say, I've been in contact with the line. They've been pretty good. Haven't been out there today, but I would think they would get those removed fairly soon and shouldn't have no effect. But like I said, by the time if everything would have been done and poles were removed and everything was done hunky dory, I wouldn't even probably have drafted up the resolution to put in front of you folks. But since I was asking at the time to meet the deadline, they weren't done with everything. Like I say, the 2 poles are still remaining, so just wanted to be upfront and kind of let you know where things are at. But
I would suggest tabling it then, because I don't see any purpose to sending something out to somebody as a threat when there's no need for a threat. Let's hold off, and if we need it some other time, we'll use it some other time. Put that in back of the file.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us informed though, if it doesn't.
Yeah,
So,
if we
Yeah,
need
hopefully,
it.
like I say, I think it'll be fine, but at least say it's there, so if we have to bring it back around, we can.
Yeah, weather kind of bites you when you think it's 50 degrees one day.
Yeah.
and
and
5 inches
Supposed to
of
be
snow
in
the
the
next
fleet,
day, so-
yeah.
So, and we will, well, get ahead of myself, I guess, but pending the next agenda item, I mean, that'd be one of the things, first things we do again too is get utility letters sent out for the
Right.
next phase, get them notified.
Okay.
But
The motion to table it?
No, I don't
Let's
think,
table it.
because
Okay.
we can just hold off on any action until a future meeting if needed.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Sam. All right, next item, consider approval of resolution 25, approving the engineering agreement with Graham for the 2027 Anderson Street Improvement Project, Phase 2.
so this is for phase 2, starting on the south side of Union Street where the project will leave off and going up to Prospect. Just getting utilities into Prospect, replacing the water main in the intersection, not looking to redo the entire intersection, I believe. Sidewalk ramps on the north side have been replaced, so it's bringing just the sidewalk ramps in the corners on the south side of Prospect. Get them ADA compliant. But shouldn't have to do a whole lot of grading in the intersection of Prospect itself, pretty much putting things back for the most part how they are today. Obviously redoing the intersection of Union Street and then full reconstruction of Anderson Street all the way through that corridor. Kind of like we talked previously. Proposals very similar to what we have currently for the first phase of Anderson Street. Design phase as a lump sum. And then T&M for utility and easement. So obviously, hopefully, you know, the intent there is one, if utilities aren't much of an issue and things go great, cities, we're not, you know, putting that full $14,000 to that. Right now, the current project, we're at $12,200, but we're hoping the utilities in the next phase go a little smoother and hopefully there shouldn't be much time in construction. Easements, there's pretty much the same number of permanent and temporary easements that we currently have, so that number, we're at 17.5, which to date we're into that 14,000. And so again, some of that is depending on if we need to get involved too with discussions with property owners or not. If they have questions and the city staff needs kind of some assistance. So, I mean, there's some of that happens. So there's the drafting the easements and then if there's any further negotiation that's necessary that we need to kind of assist with. And then special assessment services lump sum and then, construction admin, pay estimates, change orders. Some of that stuff is what the lump sum is for, and then the survey and observation is the T&M. So again, we have some time in there for staff for observation. For would be Austin Graw, which is who you see out there this summer and who was out on East Main 2 years ago to do concrete testing, and then Perry's off or can't be there a day or whatever. Austin can step in, or say myself. You know, I mean, and we have time kind of accounted for to do check-ins. I mean, I'll be out there here and there to do check-ins or if there's questions and to take contractors' questions and stuff like that. And then obviously all the construction staking that comes along with that. So like I say that so it was fairly lengthy there. There's a lot of different phases, a lot of scope, but any questions for what we currently have posed?
Pretty thorough. Any other further questions for Sam, or did you have anything else to add?
I think that should be it until, let's say, engineering updates, which we'll get to
Okay.
later, but.
Okay.
You know, that should be all for this particular agenda item.
Okay.
All right, I make a motion to approve the resolution 25. Engineering agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Do it faster.
You done?
We could do it faster, but the utilities, I don't think utilities are gonna be much faster, Bill. Unfortunately, but yeah. So yeah, it's shooting for January letting date is what we're targeting for
Okay.
again, so.
All right, Bill,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Diane, and Marina.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, and say we'll get survey scheduled, so we should be able to get somebody out there sometime in March, once we get agreement proceed,
Okay.
so. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Okay. And the final agenda item is consider approval of setting a public hearing on the proposed property tax levy for fiscal year July 1, 2026 through June 30th of 2027 for Monday, March 23rd at 5 p.m. And this will be for,
This will be for the first public hearing that we have to have, so after they send out the letter, then this will be the public hearing that's in that letter.
okay.
You need another motion?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I make a motion.
Yes, I'll second.
Alright, Bill,
Yes.
Mary Ann.
Yes.
Diane,
Yes.
and Brian.
Yes.
All right, so since you were just up there, Sam, you wanna come back up and just finish and then we'll talk to Jason? Excuse me.
The only other Anderson Street, current project. Contract docs, we should be getting those back. I was talking with Aaron today. We should get hard copies end of the week from Eastern Iowa Excavating, but should have PDF copies emailed, I think tomorrow, and then we'll try to get those to Aaron to have a special item next week. Monday is the intent to get the contract approved. So we can try to keep things kind of moving, knowing they're probably gonna they'll have a fairly tight schedule. I mean, the completion date is September 4th.
So we'll have
Set,
committee
so-
of the whole meeting next Monday, so we would just do this as a special agenda item at the
Okay.
beginning of the meeting.
Perfect.
Okay.
So that's kind of the intent. Like I say, we should get those to Aaron tomorrow. We should at least have the PDFs and then the hard copies for you to sign
Perfect.
at the meeting next Monday night. Also going to be meeting with city staff tomorrow morning, I believe at 10 a.m. to talk about downtown phases. So we changed things a little bit. Added alley. Did you have something? Maybe?
Oh, I'm going, ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
So
awesome.
yeah, so we've been having discussions started, I think, last February.
Right.
With Tim and Jason and Perry and Chad. So we changed things up a little bit with kind of the phasing with adding the alleys and then adding Butler Street, which that's one thing too. We've kind of been pushing off with budget work sessions too about the stormwater report. So that's completed, it's been submitted. It's just we haven't formally kind of given you guys an update on that. But one of the things is including Butler Street down to River. So gonna come back and talk with them after we got things kind of relayed out and make sure that they're kind of okay and on board with what we got before we kind of come and talk with council. But then again, we'll probably have a discussion or two with council and see if you guys have any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. But then work on, eventually get to a point where we get a proposal for phase 1 that will happen in conjunction with the bridge project.
Okay.
So nothing super pressing, but want to make sure we kind of get things going so we can, coordinate with Burlington Group, Herb and Michael on that bridge project too. Knowing that they're pretty much they'll be the ones that kind of set the pace because they have to get things submitted for DOT, which that'll happen in advance of when the local letting will have to be with as far as the process. But just want to update you on that one for downtown and Anderson Street. I think that is all. If there's any question from
Okay. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
All right. Jason,
There's really nothing.
you don't have anything
No,
tonight?
nothing tonight.
Okay.
Nothing that we haven't discussed previously, no new updates.
Okay. All right. That makes it easy. We will go to Aaron.
Just working away on budget items. Laura's been assisting with getting everything set up for the city manager. Interviews coming up on the 6th and 7th. And other than that, things have been pretty business as usual. There will be a couple of economic development things hopefully coming to the council here. In I might be able to talk about them at the committee of the whole, but if not, then in March.
Okay. All right. Did you have anything on? Okay, perfect. Brian,
No, I'm good.
Diane? Nothing. Marianne?
Nothing.
Bill?
Do just have a quick question about when was the snowfall? Thursday morning, Friday morning?
Friday.
morning.
Friday morning? A bunch of people asked me, it seemed like they were slow going around with the snowplows. Was there a reason?
We were down 4 guys.
4 guys.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
so we were running really short staffed. They did the best they could. Downtown just had to wait until Saturday morning. They went back out at 3 a.m. on Saturday morning to
the
clear
downtown thing
downtown.
wasn't, I don't think, a big deal, but they were talking about some of the residential people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the other thing was the timing of that snow.
Because
It didn't really start until about 3, Jason said.
Yeah,
And so, and they went in about 3. Part of the guys and the other guys came in at 5. So it's just, kind of a timing of.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew they were down some guys and I said, I
Yeah.
figured that's probably why. And
Mhm.
Yeah, he said, and then they were gonna be fighting traffic and everything else, so he said it was just better to just
Yeah.
kind of wait till everything
I
slowed
just
down.
wanted to make sure I
Yeah.
asked.
Yep,
So,
yeah, and they didn't want to put me in a truck, so. I don't know why.
Good plan. So, Laura made these wonderful and better sheets than what I tried to put together that went out in your original email. This, I had to, move around a couple people so that I could have, Laura Holtz at the council, at, the chamber office and make sure I had a representative from GNB Bank who was serving on my, over there. So these are the correct, updated, the interviews, the itinerary, and where the panels will be meeting for the interviews. So, thank you, Laura, very much for doing.
did you get my email then? Or, well, I guess.
Yeah, that would be my next thing. Did everybody get her responded regarding the, open meetings?
I don't think I've heard back from Brian yet. Did you respond?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
You tell her now.
Yeah, there's meetings for that, either it's at what, 3?
3
3 or
or
5:15.
5:15.
5:15, I'm gonna attend there. So anyway, so we'll get that information to them. Okay, that's all I had. Thank you, everybody, for being with us. It's 6:01. I hear a motion.
Yep.
In a second, to adjourn. Mary Ann, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.